Over the past couple of months, life has been wonderfully busy. I'm so grateful to have had back-to-back house and pet sitting bookings, which has meant staying in some beautiful homes and even better, getting to care for some really special families' much-loved pets. If you've ever trusted someone with your fur babies, you'll know how big a deal that is. So to everyone who has placed that trust in me, thank you. It's something I never take for granted. More than anything, though, I've just been so thankful for God's provision. A few years ago, after being retrenched, house and pet sitting became my main source of income. Building up a regular client base didn't happen overnight. There were seasons of wondering where the next booking would come from, and a lot of learning to trust God one step at a time. Looking back now, I can honestly see his faithfulness woven through every part of that journey. One of the unexpected blessings is that this work also feeds my creativity. Every booking takes me somewhere different. I get to discover new places to photograph, explore landscapes I might never have visited otherwise, and gather inspiration for videos like this. It's become this wonderful combination of work and something I genuinely love doing. Of course, being away from home so often also means spending time away from family and the people I love. We squeeze in the occasional coffee date when we can, and whenever I finally get home, I appreciate those moments together so much more. During my last house sit, my partner messaged me and asked when I'd be home again. When I told him the date, he smiled and said that his timeshare week had just come up. The timing couldn't have been better. I'd missed the first couple of days because of my booking, but we'd still have 5 whole days together. It honestly felt like one of those little reminders that God knows exactly what we need. Life gets busy, doesn't it? There's always another job to do and errands to run. Before you know it, weeks have passed and then months. Sometimes we don't realize how much we need to simply spend uninterrupted quality time with the people we love. Sometimes all we need are a few slow days together to walk, to laugh, to have conversations that aren't rushed, and to stop looking at the clock every 5 minutes. So after I finished my last pet sitting booking, we packed the car, grabbed a few groceries, got a good night's sleep, and headed south for 5 days along one of my favorite stretches of the KZN coastline. As soon as we arrived, we unpacked and couldn't wait to go exploring. Our first walk took us along a wooden boardwalk through the coastal forests towards the lagoon. Now, I'd done my homework before we had arrived. I'd looked at all the photos online, beautiful boardwalks, peaceful beaches, and amazing views. What nobody thought to mention was just how steep that boardwalk actually was. Walking down was easy. Walking back up, let's just say my legs were questioning every life decision that had brought me there. Apparently, beach holidays count as leg days as well. But honestly, every step was worth it. From the lookout, we could see the lagoon stretching towards the river, the bridge linking KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape, and the evening sun slowly sinking behind it all. The light danced across the water while gentle waves rolled onto the shore. It was one of those moments where everything just feels still and right. Those mornings quickly became my favorite part of each day. I'd sit outside with my first cup of coffee while the world slowly woke up around me. The sound of the waves in the distance, birds greeting the sunrise, geese making sure everyone knew they were awake, kingfishers calling from the pond nearby. It was the perfect place to spend quiet time with God. No rushing, no notifications, and no deadlines. Just creation quietly pointing back to its creator. Each morning, we'd walk in a different direction along the beach. One day we headed towards the river mouth where the lagoon meets the sea. Standing there, looking across to the eastern cape, I found myself thinking about borders. Years ago, this river marked the boundary between Natal and the Transcan homeland. Today, it separates two provinces. But as I stood there, I realized something. The river didn't know there was a border. The birds certainly didn't. The waves didn't stop because someone had drawn a line on a map. Nature simply carried on doing what God created it to do. And it, me- and it made me wonder how many of the boundaries we live with are ones we've created ourselves. The walls between cultures, between people, between those we've forgiven and those we haven't. And then I thought about the greatest separation of all, the one between us and God. Unlike provincial borders, that divide wasn't created by geography, it was created by sin. But through Jesus, God built the bridge we never could. He made a way for us to come home to Him. As we walked those beaches day after day, listening to the endless rhythm of the ocean, I was reminded just how small I really am. The ocean has a way of doing that. It's powerful, it's constant, completely beyond our control, and somehow standing beside something so vast reminds you how much you need God. It reminded me that I was never meant to walk through life on my own. I'm incredibly grateful for a partner who walks beside me through life. But even more than that, I am grateful that every single step I take is walked with my Heavenly Father. He's provided when I didn't know where provision would come from. He's guided me when I wasn't sure which direction to take. And He gently reminded me over and over again that I don't have to carry everything on my own. Sometimes the greatest gift isn't finding all the answers. Sometimes it's simply slowing down enough to realize that God has been walking beside us all along. I think that's what the ocean taught me. The waves never stop returning to the shore, and in much the same way, God never stops inviting us back to Him, to trust Him, to rest in Him, to walk with Him. And maybe that's exactly what our souls have been needing all along, to walk with Him and rest in Him.